survivor. I won't leave a fight when you arise, but I rise a fight. Yes, there's pain in my eye. I'm still reading my song. Yeah, knows them are dirty and dirty. You should have bought my man, I'm broke years. Mommy house upstairs. Me know she not complain. You should have bought my man, I'm broke years. Mommy house upstairs. Me know she not complain. Listen, death and life in the power of the tongue. Look for my life in my eyes, I'm a son. Remember the time them some not gonna make it up. Yes, I'm painful. Favor God protect me from danger. Psalms for the street, make them fall on their knees, oh Lord. And I'm a brothers. Mommy house upstairs, but no she not complain. You should have bad mind. And I'm a brother, yes. You know, let me down the beginning. Come on, this time my hair. I'm walking, shaking out, come to make the scholars.
Coming, they are very young. And fashion, as you see the fashion statement. Fashion is a part of who we are in music. It helps to sell your talent, helps to sell who you are. And this is how we create the kind of democracy that we want to see in the world. A democracy that has a moral compass, that we don't just reach back conditionally, but we reach back holistically, because that is how we have the kind of holistic future that we're trying to build for the rest of the world, and all of us included. So that's how I think we should mentor moving forward. All of us who are strong and have the biggest of platforms, use it to show these girls how to love what they do, and boys, because they need mentorship too, Shaggy.
Well, so that's just being here alone is my mentorship, opening up this platform for everyone to speak like this. I think this is a platform. 2 years ago, Amber Lee, please stand up. I saw Amber perform. And let me tell you something. On was it Wednesday or Thursday night? Thursday night, where she was 2 years ago and where she is today, trust me, she has come a far way. Because when I first saw Amber, I said to her dad, you think Amber really wants to do this? When I saw her on Thursday, Amber really wants to do this.
Yes.
So I saw YouTube, everybody reaching out to Amber. So for next year, I want you to encourage all the other females and everyone to come to a platform like this.
Yes.
Because Queen herself said to me, this is such a fabulous thing.
It is a good thing.
She sat through everything we did on Thursday.
Yes.
And to see somebody like Queen Africa, who she know how I feel about her.
Yes.
Great icon in the business.
Yes. Because this is what I'm saying. Like, do it. You know, Nike has a slogan for that reason. Just do it. We can say we want it, but doing it is what makes the difference. And yes, I must commend you for bringing this, and also encourage, because a lot of times the artists say that they have been robbed over the years so much and they're skeptic of joining things. But I see this not as robbery or taking away. I see it as giving the artists the tools that they need, especially in this future. I think it's the most amazing thing when I came and saw everybody.
When they saw to Judy and I, they saw Shaggy's face and Shaggy went to be a
yes.
You think in business with it?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. He has been a great business partner.
I want to big up Shaggy for doing this, because to have your power and to use it to bring the people that we need as artists and entertainers, so that we can speak to them one-on-one and push up on them and say, yo, give me a number, you come from Sony, drop one here, you know what I mean? Every artist wants that kind of opportunity. So yeah, man, it is a great initiative to do something like this.
And I have to add to that to let you guys know that for each time that you come up and say thank you or this is a good thing, and even when you said it, Queen, the fact that we sat down so many weeks and curated the topics, we sit down and we look at the persons that we have coming in and say, all right, these are the topics, and we're listening to the artists to say what are some of the things that they would like to know. And we curate the topics and to watch them, and then we have the meetings to see with the panels what's going to happen on this panel, what's going to happen on
and we
that
dig
panel.
buck heads a lot of times.
We buck heads every day.
Every day.
10 times a day. But then to see the way it turned out, oh my goodness. And then to talk about mentorship, just this platform alone, to look at how we have mentored and been mentored, you know, and sometimes it's appreciated, Nadine, yes, and sometimes it's not, but we still do it. I've mentored so many persons within my first industry. Yes, one is right there. She just raised her hands. Daniela. So many persons within my industry. For those of you who know me, you know that broadcasting is where I'm from. Just because you want to see it grow. And so I know every time, sometimes I see Shaggy come out and I know he's tired, but if you say to him, Shaggy, can you come do this? Shaggy, we need this. Shaggy, and he will always respond. He'll always do it. If I say to Sharon, Sharon, let's do this. Or if she comes and she says, Judy, well, she don't speak like me. She says, Judy, come this one. And we do it. And it's not to sit here and laud ourselves, but it's to sit here and say, what if we all do this for every single problem that we see in the country? What if we use this industry to affect every other problem that we see and to impact it positively? How beautiful it would be.
Hello, good afternoon. And I'll see people who I am so excited about, and I'm like, yo, this guy have it, you know. And I'm watching everything. I'm watching when BBC come and do them thing, and I'm like, all right, you know, they're not working on their performance, so them carry themselves, everything. And personally, I just feel like, as you know, Shaggy and the other gentleman like was saying, like, with the fact that we don't have as much resources as, like, you know, artists from the American market, even numbers, like when I get 1 million streams on a song as an artist from Jamaica, when her gets 10 million, not to say that she's not like an amazing artist, but also have to pay attention to the fact that she's an American artist. So she have, you get me, her platform, everything is bigger. So as Shaggy said, it's just very important for us to pour into ourselves as much as we can, and making yourself bankable, you say?
Yes.
Brandable, everything. Like, there's so much potential here, but a lot of the artists, they're just okay with trending on YouTube, or I don't know, making a little food and going to the parties to spend it out, and that's it. You know, it's, as you say, waking up early to be at the interviews. It's anything that you have to show up to represent yourself. You look the part, you know, because there are always people looking in Jamaica, you know, like Jamaica is the pot where them dig into for everything, inspiration, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I just think, yeah, them thing they're super important.
And when you say her, when you say that her might have a platform, when you look at Ariana Grande and all of these people are coming out, they have like $5 million just to roll out.
Yeah.
That's the kind of money they spend. We don't have that. That's why I say, when you want to make music, we have to think about, we look at select them about the place and them money, we have to do them drops. We have to do them duplicate. We have to keep in touch with them. And that is your platform. That's what you're going to use to get the buzz going. Those are the guys that matter. You're not $5 million for put on your thing. And what you're describing about yourself with the next brother, that's love. That's love for what you do. Because if I met so many people who are doing a business with and do music, then people don't love music. They like what music give them. There was been some people where they're just insecure with themselves. Someone whenever used to get no girl, but sometimes start make 2 tunes and then get 2 girl. Right? Get excited about it. That is not love of music. That is love of where music give. Right? You see, love of music, it no matter what.
Oh, was a night. I remember.
Oh, was a night. Yeah.
I remember, and I'm gonna use her as an example because it's somebody that I had the opportunity to be in studio with, and I remember working with her and just watching her work ethic, and how my girl would just get up and on the piano and say, all right. You know, I remember after that session, I was interested in, you know, learning how to play an instrument. But you see, after I go, in a studio with her for the 2 weeks, them and come back to Jamaica. I can tell you, say, Protege had to be calling me like, Lila, go on your bed, like, get some sleep. I'm like, yo, I have to learn my guitar, I have to learn the piano, like I'm watching performances from all of the general, them come right back down and watching myself performing and say, all right, you know, say, you go flat this so breath, all of these things, it's being in the gym, it's all of these things, it's really working on yourself first, the artist, developing your craft, and also as it relates to a team. As I said, me fortunate enough to be able to work with Protege and the Indignation and have a stable team in place that has, you know, mentored me and kind of just nurture me in becoming the artist that I am. But what you find with a lot of young people is that as soon as them bust, the first thing them are going to say, yeah man, my virgin, I'm a manager. And then you go to a show and the stage manager is asking the virgin, yo, okay, so that, and they have no clue. So it's like, it's not that you can't have your friends, but you know, educate yourselves. You get what I say? So yeah.
Well, Shaggy said something
of music, because a lot of people will create the music is fire, but their business is a mess. What are some things that people should be knowing about, especially in the world of songwriting and producing? There's so many artists that I've worked with, and I'm like, well, what are the publishing splits on this? And like, they haven't worked that out on the back end. So what are some things that everybody should know about the business side of songwriting and producing?
Just ensure so you can collect your money somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, get your money, please.
Yeah, you don't want to get too far where you get the millions of views and then you wonder like, how come I'm not making anything from this? And the fact is just that the money is being made, it's just that you're not signed up with the specific sources where it can be distributed. So you do that, and then yeah, and also I think it's just to kind of create a business plan, like have an idea of where you want to be in the future, what you want to do, because that will kind of propel you to make moves and steps to kind of advance your career, rather than just, okay, I'm just make rhythm and whoever bus, like, nah, like it needs to be a guided thing. And collecting money, you have to collect your money, your royalties.
Yes, please, make sure you guys, if you're a songwriter, producer, please make sure you're either with ASCAP or BMI, there's so many royalty and publishing. Correct, because a lot of artists and songwriters, you know, miss out on that.
I called Shaggy and I said, Shaggy, me need that on dub plate. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. These are 2 Grammy Award winning artists and the Spices, the hottest queen of the dancehall thing and all that. And Shaggy responded back to me. And I said, yeah, I forget one for Shawnee B too, because you know we have to look out for us.
And then I forgot Big Sean.
You know, right. But within not even what, 2-3 days?
2-3 days, that was done within 24 hours.
All of them recorded and sent over to us, just like that. You know how hard it is to coordinate 3 different artists to get them to do 3 different things in 3 different parts of the world and all that? But because he valued the radio, valued what we do, and knew how important it was to create that buzz, you know, he did it, and that's all I'm saying. Sometimes you have to go the extra edge, just like Kamar Icon, as I said earlier. You know, when he first came out, the man sent me the song, sent me the dub, sent me the radio jingles, make sure to call me, make sure, you know, if he needed anything else in order to make, and look at it now. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's crazy about that short pour record with Spice and Shaggy? Shaggy actually got vexed with me because I couldn't do the premiere for him. And I had to sit down at home and think, Diamond selling Shaggy is vexed with little old me because I couldn't get to do the premiere, that I wasn't on air. And that's to show the value of radio DJs to him. So that's why I respect him. And honest to God, I don't rather none of us be up here and Shaggy be up here by himself, because that's a man that has mastered media to the point that you put our camera in front of Shaggy, he's got that Shaggy smile.
The boy said he goes straight, no patois, yeah, you know, that's straight.
That's how you master media.
I gotta run, gentlemen. And I just want to add that, just remember, young artists, that DJs, we're your friends, we're not your enemies, okay? And sometimes we do get it wrong sometimes, because sometimes one of my DJs is feeling a song and I'm not feeling it, and then sometimes you come along, you know? So when we give you our opinions, it doesn't mean that you know, we don't like you. All right, we're your friends. Okay, so please
prove us wrong. That's what you got to do. Prove us wrong. I don't mind being proven wrong.
And real quick, and for the friends them of the artists them, the friends, family members, loved ones, whatever you call it, you gotta be honest with the artists them too. Don't yes man the thing if it don't sound good, if it not say the right thing, you know what I mean? Don't. Just tell them it not work.
I was just talking about that the
rework
other day. Yeah, just make sure it tastes right. Make sure it's right.
Yeah.
You don't want to, if you have a pot of food, you don't want to say, "Oh, taste this, make sure it's good." And you know it needs salt, and you're like, "Yeah, that's good." Man, tell them, "Yo, it needs something." You know what I'm saying?
Honest ears.
It needs something, make it right. You see what happens when they have radio DJs on the panel, watch out all day long.
Surround yourselves.
Can't wait for nobody after the minute you have your thing them and you have to give them the tool that they need. Right? You have to give them the tool what they need so that they can go there and go deal with it. And don't be scared at hear people don't see us. So when my boy I sing a little while and come down like a rap style, a man I say, "Yo, me own man a rap." I read man of this or man of that. Don't be scared of hybrids. Hybrids is what shift culture.
You hear that, Michelle?
Woo! That's what it does. You can sit on, I'm gonna look at me and say, "Yo, but more keep it real." You can't keep it real, I keep it real broke. Because if it's a ceiling, you ain't gonna make no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to cross it over and go through. See, and I've shows. You don't have to bust here first. No, you're wrong, because I never bust here first. See, and many artists have bust here first. You know the first record played against for me? Bombastic. Right? Bombastic with Mavis, right? The only other person who played before that was my boy from Stone Love. What name? Rory. Rory played them, and he played down a House of Leo, and it bust. And you know why it never released? Because I never even we never have a label put it out as so.
True.
Sean Paul tune them, some of them bust a fire first and then go back.
Yeah.
Him just tell you say, Chronics in bust out, which by him bust? It don't have to bust here, brother. It's global. When you're on the phone, it's the world.
I remember say Canada boss, it wasn't me for you too, and said it a diamond.
Well, that was actually Hawaii. That's documented.
All right.
Even though Canada is one of those markets that almost every Shaggy song that I've put out from the beginning of my career has been a hit there. Right? And I must say it's been a very, very strong market for me, even more than England.
That's because you did the route. You did all the television.
But I went to Newfoundland. Who the fuck goes to Newfoundland?
Not even me.
Anybody from Canada, sir? You know a Newfoundland there? And that's how they make saltfish. Am I lying?
Codfish.
Am I lying? With national dish. Make a Newfoundland. And I went there. Nobody know they there. And up there cold.
There's a place
I'm
called
get up
Black
6
Hill.
o'clock in the morning and go to them radio, go to them television, and then in the night we go to them club.
And Shaggy, there's a place called Blackville out there, I think, and if you go there, you're probably the only black thing out there. Real talk.
Real deal. They used to have a thing we call regional radio. Does anybody know what regional radio is? Sean, you know what regional radio is?
Yeah.
Regional radio is, in England, there are radio stations that are all around in the outskirts of England. Them part of England, the way the people them talk English and you can't understand it because you talk English. Because they can't talk like talk. You can't understand what they're talking.
It's not that bad, but
Something like that. I'm just saying, it's that English that is it Cockney?
the Cockney is London, but then you got the smaller cities, and you may go Coventry, you may go Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, and what it is yeah, in the BBC we got regional radio stations all around the country.
Yes.
And what Shaggy is gonna tell you, but I will tell you on his behalf is that he will go Radio 1, that is the main station, and then I'll drag him out of Radio 1 and make him come to 1 extra, but then he'll go and do regional radio, which is much smaller,
tiny
niche audiences.
Tiny.
And that's him.
But you're not telling me the next part that them drive there some 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
I'm in a car for 5 hours. I go this and go do one little being in a radio station on this
radio station.
And that's back then. Now you could do it by what? ISTN lines?
ISTN
right.
or Zoom.
But them time they would never. When I did Top of the Pops at 3 and me take, I was in the fucking tube. I went on top of the pops, some of them, and them said the biggest thing, oh, dancehall has never been on top of the pops. It was the biggest thing I'm there, so is that train me take go there? I mean, you know what I talk.
Shepherd's Bush.
And after I bust the next time, I call 3 times, I did on it for that one time.
Easy, Shaggy.
But what are they? You start on the first one, I say, oh, I'm like an idiot TV show, I'm not doing it already. Poor me never know how important it was. So the next time, Greensleeve give me a car still, so it never so bad, so I never have to take the train the next time. But the point I'm trying to make is, we as artists, please, part of why we're 5% of the market share, and it's not a conversation because we're at 5% of the market share, is because of the level of music. What they're saying about they want music that are mixing, that when they turn to your music, it doesn't drop. Please, master your craft. If you're an engineer, master your craft. If you're a producer, master your craft, right? Don't afraid to do hybrid records to break into other vibes. As long as you keep the soul of it, right, and the culture of it, you're still a people. There's still music. Them say, out of many one people, out of many one music. And we got. See, thank you for the panel. Thank you for everything I said. I'm here and I'm watching it. Yes.
And can I just say something real quick too? What Shawnee was saying about the accessibility. When you have artists such as like the Shaggy and the Sean Pauls and the